Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while. 2022 was pretty awful for a lot of folks. I'm sorry if you lost money. I'm still trying to cut some losses too into the year end. But if you made money, I'd like to know how you did it. Please leave a comment below and share some of your strategies. Otherwise, I'm just going to regroup for 2022 so I can prepare for a really good 2023. I think there's still a lot of uh, things that need to get rectified, so especially in the crypto space. I know a lot of folks, including myself, have been hurt. Even if you didn't have money in Luna or 3AC or FTX or what else, BlockFi, Celsius, etc., Gemini, chances are you've been hit indirectly, especially if you just like own Bitcoin or Ethereum. And have it in your hardware wallets, it's still pretty rough just from the price action. Uh, well, depending on where you bought, of course. But anyway, so a lot of folks that lost money in crypto, I've noticed they've started to head into the option space, which is pretty interesting. But unfortunately, they're using some of the same bad techniques that was carried over from DeFi and through various online venues. So I just want to go over some of that with you, so that in case you are also a Tastyworks user, I want to help you prevent some further damage to your accounts. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. People just love gambling, and unfortunately, speculators don't change; they just change markets. And it could just be the beginning of a lot of option gamblers coming into the space. They've been here for like a while and then they left, and it seems like they're coming back again. Um, so my guess is they probably blew up their accounts, and then they probably worked a job, and then they came back and they're just like repeating the cycle all over again. So it's a bit sad to see, but I want to help prevent my subscribers from going down the same route. People are just following like really bad advice from like Reddit, Twitter, even on YouTube, TikTok, etc. It's just really sad to see. And I don't mean to make fun of the situation, but like I mean, some of the advice is so bad it actually is entertaining. I'm just going through like my own theory as to why like degenerates they love options. I guess because it sounds sophisticated and it's completely legal, so they don't feel as bad like as if like if if you lost money in like crypto or DeFi or NFTs, um, most people would just like won't laugh at you, but at least like with options, at least like maybe you might get uh some sympathy, but well, who knows? So the current situation is like the crypto winter is still here, and it's just like hurting a lot of folks. Real estate, just because of like all the Fed hikes, some people are getting a hit too with real estate. Um, and people love cheap crap in general. So I think that's why like some of the options, like especially some of these like 0 days to expiration type of plays, um, they just love like putting all this money into it. Like even if you like like if you're a normal person, like and you see some cheap junk, like I would say like people won't listen to like advice, so like they're just gonna gamble anyway. But if you're gonna gamble, at least like try just like maybe like one contract just to see how it does. And like people just buy hundreds or even like thousands of these cheap junk, and they're just like throwing the money away. And I think part of the problem it's similar to like a casino where like there actually will be like a few winners. So then they go to like Wall Street bets, or like they post about it, like bragging about it like somewhere on like social media. And then that attracts like a whole bunch of people like to try to do the same thing, but most people are gonna just like wind up losing. So it's just like this collection of like meat bags, like morons and muppets. And I hate to sound so harsh, but it's just I just can't believe like people like are that stupid. But unfortunately, they keep proving me wrong. Like there are people that are that stupid, and like they just keep doing it over and over again, and it's funny and sad to see at the same time. Again, I don't mean to like rub salt in the wounds, but yeah, at some point you have to kind of smarten up and just like try to like learn trading like the real way. Uh, you know, but but like even aside from that, like even if you're not gambling on zero days to expiration type of options, like even when you win, you can still lose. So always check your like broker's options exercise policy. Most of them will probably follow like the options clearing corp rules. So just like check that you have enough cash to purchase stock if your options are in the money and they are like close to expiration. So for example, like in this example from like Tastyworks, like most brokers will probably follow like a similar thing where your any expiring options that are in the money by like a penny, they'll exercise it for you. Most of the time, this isn't a big issue. So like on the third Friday of every month, like for most traders, I know there are also weekly options too. So just like pay attention to your expiring options. In this example, so like, say for example, you bought like a $50 like strike call. So that's if you multiply that by 100, that's like $5,000. So $5,000 isn't that big a deal, I wouldn't think for most people. But the problem is, like, remember what I said earlier? Some people are buying like hundreds of thousands of like contracts. So you multiply that by like 100. I mean, you're talking about like 500,000, and most people don't have like $500,000 just lying around so that they can put into like the brokerage account. So then they get freaked out like when the broker like calls them like, hey, do you need to put in money? And if you don't have it, they're just gonna liquidate your stock for you. So just keep that in mind. Again, like most of the time it's not a big deal, because like the broker you can just like liquidate like the stock, and then just put it into your account, or like they'll liquidate it and then like keep like their portion, especially if you're using margin. But here's the problem: like if let's say you bought like Tesla, and Tesla recently, Elon's been like dumping his shares. So if you had like hundreds or thousands of these type of contracts, and if let's say like Tesla like for some for whatever reason like gaps down, you might not have enough money to cover like all those contracts. And that's when like people get into trouble. um so I'm actually not sure how how a broker would handle it, because that's never happened to me before. So I'm assuming you're still gonna be on the hook, or maybe like you lose like trading privileges at best. So just be careful out there. Like don't blow up your account and then have to like add more money to like your brokerage account. And that's like in a good scenario. So you know just be careful out there. Um, and I just want to remind people, like, you don't have to like speculate with options. You can actually use options to like hedge, like especially if you want to in a bear market, if you want to like accumulate like cheap like put options like over time, but like buy them further out. And then also consider like if you don't want to blow yourself up, like consider like using like debit spreads first. Um, because like the fix right now is like around 20, which isn't like that high. at least like compared to like recent months. So like if you want to learn, I would like start with like debit spreads first because like this way if you lose, you're you're like the short option will help offset some of the costs. So this is some things to consider. And I would just want to remind people if you want to trade options for a living, it's not going to be for the lazy and it's not going to be for the stupid. Because I noticed like a lot of people have already busted out already, like meaning they already like blew up their accounts or like their account size have like shrunk like at an incredible rate. So now you have like a bunch of like annoyed people on like like different forums, subreddits and things like that, and like Discord channels and I don't want people to get hurt. Like it's already getting kind of ridiculous. And people still keep like even in the midst of a bear market, it's I'm seeing all this foolishness. It's just ridiculous. Um, so I just want to just recap, like don't bet too big. Like it's I guess like if you want to gamble, like it's I mean it's your money. But just like keep like the position size small. Maybe just like try like one crap like contract and just see for yourself if you want to do it. And then another alternative is to use a debit spread. So like when you're buying a cheap garbage option, like sell something against it so that if you're wrong, at least you get you don't get hurt too bad. And like people, I noticed like people are trying to make back all their losses on like one trade, and that's not gonna work. It's gonna take some time. And then hopefully next year, like I'll start to get into the groove of like the TradFi trading again, and then hopefully I'll start producing like better quality videos too, so that can help some people like recover over time as well. Um, so obviously none of this is financial or tax advice, and remember in trading there are no refunds. So thank you for listening, and hope everyone has a great Christmas, Happy New Year. Um, I guess just like happy holidays in general, and let's look forward to a better 2023. All right now, bye now.